Hey guys, welcome to the Learning Curve. Last week we learned what is JavaScript, how it works, why is it used. This week we'll understand how JavaScript works under the hood. But before learning that, there are a few things that I want to cover up, which are the basics of object, how objects are created, and what is dynamically typed language, what are compilers, what are interpreters. Because it's important to understand how JavaScript works under the hood to understand how you would write your code, right? So without further ado, let's get right into it. So why do we need to know about objects, right? So well, before we know anything about how JS works under the hood, it's very important to understand how objects are made and what are objects, right? Why? Because objects are the primary protagonists of JS. Each and everything in JS revolves in and around objects, right? But here we will just know about the basics of it. Objects are basically the data structures which hold your data in key value pairs. It's like a dictionary, normal dictionary, right? So this is a very high level definition of an object. We will understand about objects. We will know about objects, how objects work in more detail as the video series proceeds, right? So for now, we would just know how an object looks like, right? So suppose we want to create an object of person which has his name and age. It would look something like this. Number and age. It would look something like this. The person is the object, and it has age got say for the age is 20, and the number is 56272. Right now, as we see, this is a dictionary. This is key value pair normal. Now we would know how objects are created. For your information, this is called object literal type of object, right? So we will know how objects are created. So there are four main ways of creating an object. First is by object literals, which we just saw. Second is by constructor function. Third is by object.create method. And fourth is by ES6 classes. We will learn about each and every method as the video series progresses, but for now we will learn about constructor function because it is the easiest way of creating an object, and also a lot of backend devs will relate to it because it has the new keyword. It instantiates a function, gets an instance. So we'll see how it basically works. So for example, we have got this function, right, which the function's name is my object. It has got three parameters: name, age, and salary. It has got a this keyword. This is again an ocean in itself. We'll see what is this for now. This is something which holds the context of this particular object. This particular object. So the name, age, and salary are the properties of the object. The name, age, and salary which is there in the function signature are the parameters which will be initialized in the object, right? So as many of the backend developers would relate, right, this is how an object is created. The var object, new object, and you pass this particular parameters, and the properties will be set as these parameters. We'll see how. This is how it actually works. So this will create an object of this structure with object 1 as the object's name. It will have name as Abhi, as we sent here. It will have an age, which will be 28 as we sent here, and it will have a salary which will be 900 as we sent here, right? So again, this is the normal key value pair as we have seen. So this is how an object is created using constructor function. This is important to know because we will see as we proceed in this particular video series how and why objects are created and how things are optimized and de-optimized, right? So let's see practically how an object looks like and how we create an object from a constructor, right? We'll meet back in the next video and understand what is dynamic typing. Right, so here we'll now see how an object looks like. So, as we just discussed, right, an object is the main hero of JavaScript. Everything revolves in and around an object. So object is nothing but a set of key value pairs which holds your data, right? So we'll see how an object looks like. For example, we'll create an object, say my object, and this is an empty object, and then we can assign our values. For example, in name I will assign my name, which is Abhishek, and then I'll assign my age, which is 28. So you see there is a key, there is a value, there is a key, and there is a value, right? So it's a key value pair. So console.log we can print what is my object and then run it. So when we run it, we can see that it's a key value pair. The value is the key is say age, and the value is 28, and same goes for name and Abhishek, right? So this is how an object looks like. Now we will see how we create an object with the function constructor, and this is uh, the easiest and the oldest way of creating an object, and a lot of people who work in Java will be able to relate to it because it has the new keyword. So without further ado, we'll just see how it looks like. Say function, seems like I'm off with my spellings. So functions create, so let's say we have got an object obj, and in this object obj we'll pass x and y, and then we'll say this dot x. We'll talk about this. This is a this as in this keyword. It's a huge concept in JavaScript. We'll talk about it later in the video series. Uh, so for now, just think of it that this is basically um, it's something which holds the context of the object. So it will help you to initialize your variable with whatever variable you are passing, whatever parameter you are passing to create that object. For example, I can create an object, say where num equals to new obj, which is my constructor. The new obj gets two parameters, say 1 and 2, and then we can console dot log num, and we'll make it to go. So if we see the console, we can see it's an object is created. It's of type obj, and there are two values x and y which we had passed. Seems it's the same thing, right, as we had created with the object literal. Same way key value pair is made with the constructor.